Yo, 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 yo. What up, lifers? What up, lifers? What up, lifers? What's up, everybody? It's Dave Life. It's Dave Life. It's Dave Life. You've been watching Dave Life After Dark. This is Dave Life After Dark, man. I appreciate everybody for joining. You could have been anywhere in the world, but you're with us tonight. So I want to say thank you, lifers. I appreciate y'all. It's a special edition of Dave Life After Dark. Special edition. We starting late tonight because you know what? Life be lifing sometimes. So I appreciate y'all for joining, man. I do. We're going to start this off like we always do, the right way. Heavenly Father, have your way, Lord. I pray that you would speak to your people. Father, I pray that you would enlighten, entertain, and inform us, Lord. Father, I pray less of me and more of you. Have your way, Lord. Let us have a great conversation. Forgive us of our sins that we've committed, both by commission and omission. Charge it to our heads and not our hearts, Lord. We ask you for all these things in Jesus' name. Amen, amen, and amen. Yo, yo, yo. Special edition, man. Special edition of After Dark, man. Special edition of After Dark. Like I said, tonight we're going to get into a topic. It's called Industry Truth Tellers. Why wasn't anybody listening? Industry Truth Tellers. Why wasn't anybody listening? That's really the question here, man. There's a lot of people that's been sharing information. A lot of industry insiders. A few that jump out that you may have heard or know about is Al B. Shore. Songwriter, producer extraordinaire, artist, model, OG in the game, Al B. Shore, man, hitmaker, singer, songwriter, producer. Jaguar Wright. If y'all don't know her, you've seen her definitely on Instagram. You've seen her on TikTok. You've seen her on Twitter. Jaguar Wright has been dropping industry inside information for years. Believe it or not, Suge Knight has been dropping information on his podcast, sharing information from his point of view, from behind the wall. And even Rosie O'Donnell. I'm sorry, not Rosie O'Donnell. Roseanne Barr. Don't want to get them too confused. Roseanne Barr has been dropping information for years, too. You got to know the truth tellers when you hear them. And, of course, Cat Williams. He proved that earlier this year on Club Shay Shay. So there are people inside the industry that just share information, right? They do. But look, to help me talk about this topic and to just catch up in general, man, we ain't seen her in a minute because I was away. I had to go and get married. She was at the wedding. And this is my sister from another mister. This is who is that lady with the white hair? Who's Auntie? Everybody be like, who is she? And look, we're not gonna crack jokes about her favorite word, her favorite. We're gonna see if that happens tonight. Y'all gotta know her to know what I'm talking about. Hey man, welcome to the stage, video lady, Yvette. Come on to the stage, Yvette.
Hey. Already started.
Listen, I didn't even really tell them. I didn't say what it was. I just said that you have a word that you use on almost every episode. Like a running joke. First of all, how you been, Yvette? You've been away for a minute, man.
No, we've been away for a minute.
We've been away for a minute.
Like you said, life be life, and you know, I've been
What's
back
going on
and
with
forth to Jersey, your wedding, my sister wedding, everybody getting married. Now they call me, want me back again for class reunion. I'm like, oh.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I'm married now. I was married.
He's married now.
I was married. Yeah,
I'm
not excited.
If you like it, then put a ring on it.
All right, hey, anything you want to share, or no?
Not yet.
Okay,
Yeah,
no problem.
Nah, check me. You know, we still seeing what it is.
Yvette, listen, ain't nobody gonna mess up what you got going on. Look, y'all, this is After Dark, where as adults we pour up. So y'all pour up.
I need a refill.
Go ahead and refill. Because look, tonight is impromptu. You know what I mean? Like we were supposed to go a little earlier. Jamaican goddess Susie said she can't make it. And I didn't pull the entire team back in just yet. I've kind of been just going on individual topics, and the topic that has really been popping off, as you know, is all the inside information going on about Puff Daddy, Diddy, Sean Diddy Combs. And I wanted to take time out tonight to just talk about the people who have been sharing information. I call them inside truth tellers, in industry inside truth tellers. They're insiders, right? And they're telling the truth. At least it really appears that they are, right? And I tend to believe, um, I tend to believe someone when their story's been consistent for 10 years.
Right.
I really don't think somebody gonna hold a lie long that long. You know what I'm saying? Especially when there's evidence, you know, to what they've been claiming. Uh, Two people, Jaguar Wright, and I'll be sure they may not be known for being in industry truth tellers, but I mean they are. And if you've been paying attention, then you know that they are because Jaguar has been dropping gems for a minute. You know what I mean? And whether you believe or not is up to you. But when you start digging into some of it, you start saying, man, okay,
Mhm.
maybe there's some truth there. Al B. Sure has been saying consistent things about Kim Porter's death, his late ex-wife, for a minute. He's been hinting at things about Diddy for a minute. Now all of a sudden, charges are brought. And it's
Mhm.
like, oh, wait a minute. And then you when you hear stories, when you hear stuff like, hey, one person said this happened, and then somebody else totally unrelated 10 years later says the same thing happened. You start saying, okay, maybe there's some truth to that. Another
Right.
industry truth teller, Cat Williams. Do I need to say anything else?
Yeah, yeah. He just speaks all the truth all the time. Like he don't give a. He gonna say
Hmm.
what he needs to say.
Cat Williams. I also mentioned Suge Knight because, and the reason I say Suge is because Suge was right there for a lot of stuff. He was right there for a
Right.
lot of stuff. And like I said, you don't have to believe him initially. But when you start checking some of that stuff down the line, you start saying, well, hold up. He might not have been exaggerating. All right. People that are close to the source, they can kind of share some things. I'm making sure that we good. Let me double check and make sure. Um, IG is up. While I'm checking, how do you feel, Yvette, about people that tell the truth or drop information? Um, Truth, whistleblowers, inside truth tellers. How do you feel about insiders that come out and say, yo, yeah, I've seen certain things? How do you feel when you hear stuff? Some of it's unbelievable, some of it's hard to believe. How do you take information that you
Uh-oh,
carry?
what just happened?
I don't know. We still here.
Oh, oh, you froze and it was like all robotic. Well,
Okay.
anyway, to answer your question, um, a lot of times I always say I don't really care to hear, to be, respond to any of the stuff, but I guess we have to kind of listen to it. Because you may find yourself in it, or somebody that was involved or whatever, and people
Right.
get hurt. I think a lot of times we tend to not believe the truth tellers in the beginning because we always feel like, well, they just got mad because they weren't in, they didn't get pulled into it, or they didn't get the money that they wanted. They always think it's always about trying to get money out of
Right.
the person who has more. So
Right.
we tend to not really hear the people that may have experienced something bad. We'll listen to the one who has more money or the one who has more notability. No,
Right.
then we believe the truth tellers,
Yeah.
which is sad, which is really sad because all they're doing is trying to prevent it from happening to someone else.
Hmm.
But a lot of times, just as the regular human nature people, we always believe that they want something out of it.
Yeah. Yeah, and that is tough, right? Because especially some of us, like on the outside looking in, um, we may not be close enough to understand when something it has truth in it. It's grounded in truth.
Mhm.
I've been out in California 15, 16 years. Man, when I first got out here, I didn't believe some of the stories. I was like, man, come on, man, that ain't. Come on, you serious? I'm like, that ain't real. Then sometimes when you're around enough parties, when stuff starts coming out in the news, you
Mhm.
say, "Oh wow, damn, that might have had some truth in there, or it might have been totally true." You know what I mean? And look, again, and the reason why I don't necessarily report or comment on some things that are just completely speculation, because I don't have any, uh, tweet, any
Mhm.
newspaper clipping, any video clipping. Right? If it's completely speculation, I'll say we're just speculating. But if I have like some clip or something, then I can actually speak on and react to. So
Absolutely.
I'm either going to deliver you the news or I'm going to react to the news that I've seen. Right.
Right.
But yeah, but if it's speculation, man, I'll just say that. Um, so I will say this: Jaguar Wright has been dropping jewels for a minute. She is. What do you know about Jaguar? Do you know what song? She was on one of my favorite songs by Jay Z.
I don't even know who she is, but I probably know her music because
Okay.
a lot of times the women were singing hooks and I didn't know who they were. I'm like, wonder who that is. I like her voice, you know, but I didn't know
Yeah.
who, because there was one on one of the songs that Jay-Z did, and I was like, I didn't see the girl no more. I seen her in like one video,
Hmm.
loved the song, haven't seen her ever in the industry again.
She definitely sang background on song "Cry," which is one of my favorite Jay-Z songs.
Jay-Z song, yeah.
Right, I can't see it coming down my eyes, so I got to make the song cry.
Yeah.
So she sang all the different runs that were going behind him.
Mhm.
She sang those parts.
Oh, so that might be
Um,
the same chick that we're talking about then, because I think she did maybe 2 or 3 songs with him.
hmm.
Um, when to get it in the morning, whatever that one. Um,
Let's see.
what's the name of that?
Well, she's a singer, not a rapper. So you might be thinking of a rapper.
No, let's see. Did she? No, this girl did rap. I remember the video, but I don't know the song. I don't know the words to the song, so I'm not gonna try to do that again.
Yeah. Oh, here it is. Here it is. Jay-Z's Unplugged album. All right. He had an MTV Unplugged album. And I just want to zoom in. There it is. Let me bring in this picture of Jag. Oh, that's Mary. That's Mary.
Mm-mm.
There go Jaguar. All right. Sorry, I'm over here trying to share stuff. I forgot that you can't see my screen.
Yeah. I know I'm waiting for it to pop up. Any other time you be popping stuff up, like you be trying to do it all over there.
That's how you know I'm out of practice. That's why I've been away for a little bit. That's Jaguar. That's
Uh, hold,
Jaguar in a
hold
hat.
on. I can't even see that good, so I ain't gonna front. Let me put my spectacles on so I can see who this chick
Hold
is.
on, Yvette. Let me zoom in for you.
Mm.
Let me try to
No,
zoom
no,
in.
no, no.
There you go.
Okay.
That's Jag.
Yeah, that ain't the one that was nah, okay, go ahead.
All right. So that's Jaguar, right?
Yeah.
And her Wikipedia. All right, can you let me share it? Boom. Here's a Wikipedia right here. She was
Mhm.
born in 1977. She's an American singer. Released 5 studio albums and is part of the OK Player Collective. She's
Okay.
performed and collaborated alongside rap acts as The Roots, Jay-Z, and Black Alicious. She was born and raised in New Jersey before moving to Philly at around. So, okay, so she a Jersey
Jersey
girl. Okay,
girl. All right, like me, Jersey girl.
that's
Well,
what's up,
a lot
man.
of talent. There's a lot of talent out of Jersey though.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. So I know she sang a lot of background. She did a lot for people. Um, so yeah, that's Jag. Um, and then of course, like I said, the man behind her right there. That's
Yeah,
two
I'll
pictures that I
be
put together. That's Al B. Shore.
right.
Um, man, do I even need to go into Al B. Shore?
I
Do I
know
need
him. Yeah, I know who he was.
what? But the people might not. What you know about Al B. Shore? Why would a man name himself Al B. Shore?
I don't know. I just know his music, and he did a couple of shows. I think I went to one at a club back in the day in Jersey. So yeah, I know Albie.
Yeah, Al B. Shore. Here's what I remember about him. I remember that Al B. Shore won the Sony Innovator Award back in, man, this might have been 90. No, I take that back. Let me see. If his album dropped in 88, 89, then this had to be, he won it in like 80, 88, 89 when he won the award. Um,
Mhm.
And I
I'm
remember,
laughing at my memory of him. I'm laughing at when he was fitting in those jeans. In those jeans.
oh my God, Yvette, women be looking at men. Women, y'all be looking at how our pants fit.
What? Of course we do.
God, you know what? Look, for all of my lifers, she revving up, y'all. She's, you know what's coming. You know what's coming. You know, she
No,
already.
it's not coming. I'm not gonna say it. I will not. I refuse to say it tonight.
She said, I refuse.
I
Yvette,
refuse to say it. But I'm not saying
we've
that. I'm
talked
just
about
saying
this.
I remember how Al B. Sure looked at his jeans back then.
Yvette, if you say it tonight, then it's you. It ain't us. It's you. You. You didn't found a way to. So I'm gonna shut up. Let me go on back to Mr. Al B. Sure.
Okay, please do.
All right. Hold up. Let me find. Where is there? Here it is. Share this screen instead. All right. I'll be sure. Can you see it from the Wikipedia?
I can see it.
All right. So Albert Joseph Brown III, born in 68, professionally known as Al B. Sure. I want you to notice he has the period and he has the exclamation point. I said back in the day, oh, this is how this man really put his stage name. He has an exclamation point. I said, damn, that's dope. All right. Singer, songwriter, record producer, also radio host, former record executive. He was born in Boston. That I didn't know. Raised in money earning Mount Vernon. I knew that. During the late 80s and early 90s, he was one of New Jack Swing's most popular performers. No doubt about it. Boom. Hold up. Look at this. All right. Brown, I knew he played football, Mount Vernon High School, New York, who rejected the athletic scholarship to the University of Iowa went to pursue a music career in 87. Okay, boom. What I tell you. Selected Brown as the first winner of the Sony Innovators Talent Search. I knew he got the Sony Innovators Award.
Okay.
He went to work with Jones on several projects, including The Secret Garden, The Sweet Seduction Suite. That included Barry White, Elder Barge, and James Ingram. And
Yes,
the song started
song.
by James by Barry White saying, "Tell me a secret."
I love that song, Secret Garden.
I'm not talking about just any secret of yours. I'm talking about one special secret.
Yeah.
And then Al went, "Oh."
So silly.
Now Al was dope, man. And listen, one of my favorite songwriters of all time is Al B. Sure. I really like his music. He wrote "Alone with You" by Tevin Campbell, one of my favorite songs. All right. Of course, other stuff on Tevin's album. Just Ask Me To. If I'm not mistaken, I think he wrote "Confused." Him and Kyle West. Kyle West, break it down like this, right? This is my guy. I used to love that music. Of course, the first album, Night and Day. That's the one you remember.
I remember that one, yeah. But I know all the songs. But the thing is, 87, I was in Germany.
Mm.
I was living in Germany then. I left here 85. And I was there till 89.
Okay. What's your favorite Al B. Sure song?
I don't have a favorite anybody song. I just love music. So I listen to a lot of music and all different genres and everything. So don't ask me about a name or a song or whatever. I just know the words when I hear it.
My
I'll say
favorite
song.
My favorite Al B. Sure song is a couple. There's of course Night and Day.
Yeah.
There's Killing Me Softly, right? That he redid. He redid that. There is Ooh, This Love Is So, which is oh God, if you know that joint. Yeah. It was on the album.
Sing that one.
It went like this. It started off like this. It went, It was like boom, 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 boom. It was dope. And it's, ooh, this love is so that I won't let you go.
Okay. Yep.
Remember that?
I do.
Right. He had a lot of his signature sounds in there. You know what I mean? Ooh, this love is so. Right now, feeling kind of right now. Whew. And if you want to see
You had a
me,
lot of music, so like, I'm like, you taking me back,
yeah,
you
I
know.
waste time and just please me. Soak up all of my affection.
Mhm.
Baby, come and learn my lesson. Yeah. Turn off the TV, throw on the slow jam, and let's get busy. Soak up
Still ain't gonna
all of
say
my
it.
affection. All right. So he had that, and of course that was Natalie.
Nah,
That was you know what's funny about Natalie?
what's that?
Albie Shore was at a party in LA, and it was like a Jamie Foxx party. And I've only met Albie Shore one time in my life. He may not even remember this, but this is like before I got married, before I found my wife. This is someone I dated 2 girlfriends or 3 girlfriends prior. So this had to be before 2018,
Okay.
somewhere around. So at this party, I'm with my girl at the time. I said, "Yo, it's a lot of celebrities in here." Yeah, Jamie Foxx party is dope. Jamie Foxx has a lot of parties in LA. And shout out to Dave Brown. Dave Brown used to throw a lot of parties, and his parties were dope too. So it's not uncommon to see celebrities, right? So I'm there,
Same in Florida. Same here.
and I'm like, yo, man, that's I'll be sure. She was like, oh yeah, I remember him. I'm like, man, his music was dope. She's like, you say something. You say what's up. Oh, I met Big Les. I think same night I met Big Les. I had a crush on Big Les. You know who Big Les is?
Like, show me a picture.
She was
I
the
don't.
dancer in Remember the Time. She was the dancer. You know the TV show Living Single? We
Yes.
are living. And it's like a
In
lady dancing in
the
silhouette.
beginning.
That's Big Les.
Oh, see, I didn't know who that was either.
Okay.
Yeah,
Yvette,
I
you
didn't
don't
know.
know 80s and 90s like I do. You should.
No, I didn't see. Again, I didn't care about names. I just know what I liked and followed it. I don't know these people's names like that. Especially, and the women. Most of the women, like if they weren't in front of the camera or you know on the show that I watched, no, I didn't. I don't know names.
You know Big Les.
And I do. Now that you tell me who she is, yes, I know what she did on that, front. But no, I don't. I didn't follow these people like that. Told you I was
Oh, in a 90s kind of world. I'm glad I got my girl. Keep your head up,
head up.
what? Keep your head up. That's right. Come on now.
I know the songs. I know
Ball
the
boy sings
shows.
to it. Am I right?
I
Big
watched all of that.
tight like glue. That was her. Big Les.
Okay, yeah, I've seen her face before,
Yeah,
but I
she
didn't
was
know her name. I didn't know her name.
so she was there, right? And so I
Mhm.
met her and I was kind of like being a fan, like, yo, man, I was a big fan of your dancing and Remember the Time. I knew you did Living Single. She's like, oh, you really was? I said, yeah, I'm from that time
Cause I can
period.
remember my times,
Right.
that- 'cause that's
Do
one of
you?
my. I knew the whole routine over here. Like, yeah, I did that one.
Right. Yeah. You know what he's talking about when he said, you know what he's talking about?
What?
Hold
What
on.
time, what
So
time did he remember?
Mike went like this. Mike was like, do you remember when we fell in love? Right? He was like, it just seemed like heaven, so I did it. And Iman was like, and A. Murphy was like, who? Get on him. Cause
He was
he
pointing. Get
did
him.
his finger like that. If it
Get
seemed
him.
like heaven, so why did it end? Why did it end? So when he was like,
He did all that on that. On that. He.
so Mike was asking a woman, does she remember?
Mhm. If he did his job right.
And so he asked her, do you remember? Guess what that meant? Yeah.
She should remember. That's why Eddie was pissed off, like, because she don't remember his butt.
So he did it harder. You don't remember this? Dang it. Mike said in the park at the dog, he pissed off. Do you? Ask you a question, woman. Yeah. Yeah. Mike done worked himself
Sitting
into a
next to her
prison.
man, she supposed to answer. She supposed
Right.
to
Mike's flagrant. He flagrant. It's like, why are you messing with this woman?
knowing she can't say.
Right. Actually, I do remember. I remember and I remember dap.
bop. And I said, ba-da-da, bop, bop.
Right. Right. So anyway, I'm in the club. I see Big Les. I speak to her. My girlfriend at the time said, "You should go talk to Al B. Sure." I said, "I don't want to feel like a fan, this man is at the bar getting a drink." She was like, "Just say what's up." Went up to him. "Hey man, how you doing, brother? Name's Dave. Big fan. Love your music." He's like, "Oh man, I appreciate that." I said, "Yo, man, people don't give you and Kyle West enough credit." I'm like, "Dude, I make beats. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I recognize dope ass music. Hell of a writer, dude. He wrote a lot for Jodeci.
I know a lot of people. I know he did a lot of writing.
Yep.
And because a lot of people don't be knowing where the music be coming from.
Where
The
it come
writers,
from, yeah.
the writers make the money. You
hmm
really do.
So, for instance, Neo was a writer before he was an artist. And he cut his teeth writing. The Dream, writer, producer before he's an artist, right? Both of them wrote great hits for Beyonce. Single Ladies, Irreplaceable, yep. The Single Ladies, and then the To the Left. Like, Men wrote that. And if I'm not mistaken, the Dream wrote Umbrella for Rihanna.
To the left.
Everything. Now imagine a man writing to the left, everything you own in the box to the left. You're a hell of a writer if you're a man, but you can write it in the way a woman would say it and sing it.
He
And
wrote
then
it because it happened to him.
Oh, so the chick was like, everything. To the left,
He wrote it because it
everything
happened
on
to
the
him.
left.
She told his ass to the left.
She said, "Look, you must not know." I'm glad. Okay, so check it. All right, so look, I go up to Al B. Sure. I'm like, "Yo, man, big fan." He said, "Man, I appreciate that." I said, "You don't get enough credit for Tevin's album, for Jodeci's album, for your stuff. Y'all was killing it." He said, "Man, I appreciate it." I said, "Chubb Rock just asked me to all that." He's like, "Bet." So then I said, I got to ask you a question.
What they do to make a thing go right?
I said, right. And it makes to that's raw bass. I was thinking of just ask me to. I'll be with you and hug. Cause you're my special friend. Remember that? Forget those people talking trash. Just get up and escape. Tevin Campbell. It's on the Boys in the Hood soundtrack.
Oh, okay. Then I know it.
Yeah, Tevin Campbell and Chubb Rock. Yep.
You be knowing the soundtracks and everything.
What did he say? He said, "Now Al B can't convince me that you're naive. The squad will perceive your position, rationalize who you are. Tevin Campbell gets scooped your attention. Shit, can you tell me where we're going to my crib for a few?"
Anyway, I always wondered.
I think Chubb is alive.
Not Chubb. I know Chubb is. He was not. He was here. I got a picture with him somewhere.
Tevin?
No, Chubb.
Chubb Rock? Okay, yeah.
Yeah, I got a picture with him somewhere. He was down here doing a show some time ago. And I got some stuff with him. But
do you remember the movie? Tevin Campbell's still around. Tevin Campbell still does shows. Tevin Campbell still. When I went to see Usher in Vegas in 2022, right? 2 years ago, I saw Usher in Vegas. Tevin Campbell, if I'm not mistaken, maybe not that show, but Tevin Campbell had came out and sang a little bit of some of his hits, during Usher's intermission. You know what I'm saying? He brought him out to the stage.
Oh.
So I know Tevin is still out there performing. And he sounds 90% like he did. He still got the voice. It's a little older, but he still got the voice.
I like to see him do something.
You remember a movie called Risky Business? All right. Halle Berry played in that movie. Halle Berry's name in the movie was Natalie. I used to hear rumors that Halle Berry either dated Christopher Williams or she dated Al B. Sure. I could not remember which person. So when I met Al B. Sure, I said, "Hey, you know your song, Natalie? I'd like to know if you're free tonight. Natalie. Let it rain, Natalie." You never heard Natalie? Guys, off his third album. It's off of Sexy Verses. So I asked him, I said, "Bruh, I gotta ask you this question. What's Natalie about Halle Berry?" He said, "Oh, you really listen."
That's
I
what
said,
I'm
yeah.
saying.
I
Because
said,
you were in it. See, like I said, I was lifing. I was having a life.
well, here's the answer. He said, and hopefully, if he sees this, he can confirm this. All right. If I'm not mistaken, I believe he said it's not about Natalie. It's not about Hallie. He said it's about my first love, Kim Porter. And I said,
Oh,
dang, man, rest in
okay.
peace. Because that song was dope. That song was dope.
I might have to look it
And
up until I can hear it.
so and but I do know now that's he can, if you see this, I'll be sure one day hit me up and let me know, was Natalie about Kim or was it about another person, possibly Halle Berry. All right. Now, he did confirm though, or at least I saw in a different interview, that Forever My Lady that he wrote for Jodeci was definitely about Kim. He was
Mm,
young, she was pregnant, she was young, and it starts off, so you're having my baby,
yeah.
and you mean so much to me. Now the thing was, uh, KC was too young to be singing that. KC might have still been 17, and I don't think he had a child yet. So I think it was like, man, who these young cats singing about? It's my dream to raise a family. You're having my baby. Those were Al's words that they sang.
Yeah. Yeah.
So rest
Well,
in
I
peace,
know
man,
that's the one
to
thing
Kim.
about a lot of songs it's written, because I had a girlfriend here who just knew when Usher was talking about confession, he was talking about him.
Mm.
And
Wait,
I
talking
was
about
like,
who?
she thought, my friend, she thought that Usher was telling that's when he was with Chili,
Mm.
that he had cheated and he wanted to confess because this one night stand was having a baby by him. And she didn't,
She
and
thought it
I
was.
said,
She thought it was her. Your friend had a moment with Usher.
no, no, not about her. She
Okay,
thought that Usher had cheated on Chili
had cheated. Okay, yeah, yeah,
and didn't like the song because of that, and was hating on Usher because of that. I'm like, girl, that's just see, this is me. I
yeah,
think sometimes y'all, this is why I say people need to get a life. Enjoy the music, enjoy the artistry.
yeah,
It was a good song. Don't look too deep into it. You don't know these people like that. So what difference
yeah,
do you care who he cheated on? And that's why I have an issue with people who get so caught up and
yeah.
get so, their opinions just
Mm.
is so real to them. Like,
So you're bringing up a very good point, right? About opinions and everything. And tonight's episode is uh industry truth tellers. Why wasn't anybody listening? And the reason I mentioned this is because someone could say, oh, they're just giving their opinion. They're just right. But an
mhm,
industry insider is different than a fan.
right,
And let me be very clear. I'm not hating on being a fan. I'm a fan, right? I'm a person that listens to music. I'm a person that
mhm,
listens and I say, man, I'm a fan. But moving to LA and being in circles, you start to realize, hey man, these people are, first of all, they're people.
right.
Let's
That
let's
part,
let's let's understand that. These people are people. They have worked their way up. They've been fortunate. They got into an opportunity and now they're famous and they're highly talented. But they're still human beings.
human beings,
So
exactly.
we have to remember, and I know you know what I mean, because being behind the veil, photography, videography, production, right?
Yeah,
Not to mention it being in front of the camera. When you work behind the camera or in front of the camera, you get access sometimes to
to a
different
lot,
circles,
to a lot.
right?
You see a lot, you hear a lot.
Yep.
I have memories of some of, I have some really great memories. I met a lot of good people, but there was one particular celebrity, female, back in the 80s, when Beach Street and Crazy Legs and all them, she was in movies, and I didn't like the roles that she played at that time because I felt like she was, always playing a damsel in distress, and
Yeah.
it just irked me. I have a problem. I don't like weak, weak behind women. I just don't.
Yeah.
There's always, I can't help me. I don't like it. But
Wait, who
anyway,
who are we talking about?
I didn't want to say her name,
Okay, it's an
but
actress.
she's
Okay.
an actress,
All right.
and she's the daughter of even a famous actor of that.
Oh, okay.
So she's in the industry. But I had an opportunity to meet her, in person, working on an event, and I my hope, and this is when I was just learning photography, like really just starting to go out there. And this when they used to have the Planet Hollywoods all over the place.
Oh yeah.
So
Yep.
it was an event at a Planet Hollywood here down in Miami on Coral Way.
Mhm.
And Coral Gate.
You know I'm trying to figure out who the hell you're talking about.
I know, I'll tell you later.
I'm like I'm
But I
like I'm
won't
like
tell you
who
now.
always playing a damsel and is the daughter? I'm
And
trying to
she was
figure
in
it
a
out.
movie with Arnold Schwarzenegger. She was in a movie with him, and then, like I said, she was in the movie with Beach Street, and so, and she was the girl at that time, curly hair and black. But anyway, I did doing my photography, just really learning how to operate my camera. Still didn't understand flash at that time, so I'm
Mhm.
there, and then even what she had on that day, I was like, celebrities just think they could just wear anything. 'Cause she had on like this leopard skin, see-through thing, no bra on underneath. So you're just seeing everything. Little
Yeah.
G-string panties on at the premiere of the
Right.
movie. So I'm like, so I'm still with my opinion of her, changed that day. And at
Right.
that point in time, then I changed my whole attitude on how I view and see celebrities,
Uh
because at the end of the day, it's a job for them.
yeah. Yeah.
It's no different than us getting up, getting in our car, driving to wherever you go to work, getting back in it and coming back home. That's what they do.
Yeah.
All right. Different. The only difference is their job is to entertain the masses. The masses is us.
Yeah.
That's their job. So they get paid nicely for it. And sometimes they don't. A lot of people don't realize all these contracts aren't what they are meant to be either. People think, oh, every time it plays, they get money. No, they don't.
Mhm.
Sometimes it's a one-off. You just did it, they paid you, and it's a wrap. You never
Mhm.
see any more money again, and you
Mhm.
signed that away because you didn't know how to negotiate your contract. But
Right.
anyway,
They're definitely
came
people.
exactly. So she came up to me, we were taking pictures, and she noticed my flash is not flashing. And I'm snapping my ass off. I'm snapping my ass off, click, 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 click. And so she walked up to me and she said, "Honey, your flash is not going off. It
Mm.
didn't go off. You want to do it again?" So
Mm.
she stood there with me, waited till I changed my
Yep.
aperture and all that stuff, and boom, got the thing. Then she was like, "Okay, now turn the camera on us and let's take a picture."
Boom.
You know what I'm saying?
Took a
And
selfie with you.
took a selfie, but now we didn't have phones at the time.
Right.
Now
No, you had to turn the
I
camera
had to
around.
turn the camera. So selfies was these weren't even in the picture at the time.
Yeah.
So it was like turn it and then we snapped the picture.
Hold on.
And
And for
this
those
when
that
you
don't
had to
and
do,
for those
and
that
this
don't
is
know,
film, and yeah,
with
you
a
doing all. Oh, you
big
got my
ass
camera.
camera, you gotta turn you gotta
Hmm.
do all that.
Exactly. That's an A7. That's a
Yep.
Sony A7.
Yep. A7 for wait. Sony
A7
AS7. AS7. AS7.
A7. Yep. That's
Yep.
what I got.
Okay. That's what's up.
That's what I got.
Hold up. Did I tell you I dropped my damn camera in St. Lucia on the honeymoon?
No.
I dropped it. I watched it fall in slow motion,
Oh my
and I was
goodness.
like, "No!"
Oh, my heart would have
Broke
broke.
my lens. Broke my lens. I was
Oh,
pissed.
but the lens, because the lens was
I can replace the lens, thank God. And look, I still haven't checked. I'm praying to God that the mirror, it's mirrorless or whatever they call
yes,
the
mirrorless
color.
camera.
The color. I'm hoping that the iris and everything on the inside is not damaged. I don't think it is, but my lens was like it was effed.
Wow.
That ended all of
You
my
you you
nice honeymoon footage.
you completely hurt my heart with that one. Like, ouch.
So look, we can get into we have to cover the honeymoon and the wedding on another episode, Yvette. We
I
we
know.
look,
Ouch.
Yvette, tonight we supposed to be talking about industry insiders, but basically we catching up. We just catching up.
We're doing, but see, when you just told me that, you reminded me one time, and when I was shooting the film, the Fort Lauderdale Film
Yeah.
Festival, and I'm getting all these great shots, and something crazy happened. it hit, and I was shooting with a Canon at that time. She hit my light.
Oh no.
She bumped into it and the light fell off the camera, and I still have
Shattered.
that broken lens to that light right now.
Yeah.
I ordered another one, but it's like when people like that break your stuff, like you gotta pay for this. And at the time,
Right.
I didn't have insurance because it was
Right.
like I was just, I was not happy with that.
So I want to get back to how celebrities are people, right? They're
Yes,
people.
they are people. Yes.
Um. So this is an aside. Tonight is the last episode of Power Book 2, Ghost.
Mhm.
Last episode. It will. It. Hold on. Oh, it's premiering right now on the East Coast. So if you go to the Stars app, you can, because it's
I can
midnight.
watch it
It's
now.
after
I
midnight. Yeah,
know.
you can watch right now. So this is probably why ain't nobody watching the show right now. We only
All
got
right,
about
bye. Let
10.
me go. Bye. See you later. I gotta go. I gotta watch it.
Yo, so I got a few stories about Power, but I'll say this. Um, so I do photography, right? I do acting and photography and editing. And last summer, one of the actors that's on Power was nice enough. Who I think I jumped on his live. He was super cool on the live and all that stuff. It was during the strike.
Yeah.
And I kind of started a conversation because I was like, yo, I'm going to start my podcast. I want to start doing interviews. And he was like, yo, he said, just let me know, man. You know what I mean? Like, we'll figure it out, man. So he was cool talking to basically a stranger, a fan, right?
Right.
Someone that he didn't know anything about me. So he started promoting, a house party that he has and a brand that he has, like for food and because he cooks.
Right.
Y'all figure out who it is. He's an actor and he's on Power. He's not one of the, well, that ain't shit. That ain't true. That is true. He is one of the main. Hell yeah, he's one of the main.
Don't say
All
he's
right.
not one of the principals because
No,
right
no.
about now,
I,
everybody's a
I
principal.
had to pause though. I had
Yeah.
to pause. He damn sure is a principal because look, all right, you got Tommy Ghost, right? You got Tasha and them, right? And then you get to people like Rashad Tate. Rashad Tate is Lawrence Tate.
Right.
He's a principal, even though he may not be on every episode. You know what I'm
Absolutely.
saying? He's a major character.
He had his major part. He
All
had
right.
his
So the brother I'm talking about is probably in the second or third spot on Power. Not the original Power, but one of the Power spinoffs.
right.
All right. He's like second, third position, depending on who you consider. Clearly, there's the lead, but
Right.
then right after you say who's next, hey, he's either two or three, however you want to count it.
Well, he would be the supportive actor. The
He'd be a
supporting.
supporter, but he's either the first supporter or second supporter. He's right there.
Oh, you
Anyway,
talking about the second one in line after that would be Tommy.
yes, if I was talking about Power, but now, all right, damn it, I'm just gonna tell you. All right, so it's Power Book 4, Force.
Oh,
Tommy's thing. You seen the episodes with Tommy?
of course, I watched
All
them
right,
too.
it's dope. He has about who's the next one or two people right behind him?
It's the son,
Which son?
ghost son.
No, that's no. That's Ghost. I'm talking about the one with Tommy when he's in Chicago, and it's all about Tommy.
Oh,
Tariq ain't in this one.
okay. That's a whole yeah.
You don't watch that one as much.
I watched all of them. What?
All right. So look, you remember the CMB, the brothers from Chicago that was running the streets.
Yes,
It's two brothers.
yes.
It was one of the brothers.
The one with the ear thing.
Yeah, it was the one that plays Jannard. Jannard is the character. So shout out to Chris Lofton. Chris Lofton was like, yeah, man, come through. So I came through, took pictures, took pictures of everybody. I just came through as a photographer. I hit him up, was like, yo, I see a thing. Do you mind? He said, dog, come through. I said, man, it'll take me like an hour. He said, dude, get here by a certain time or the food is gone. He said, show them the DM, tell them I cleared it. You good to go. Bring your camera. So packed up my shit.
There you go.
Got out there, got my camera. You know what I'm saying? He was hella cool. I took pictures of the event. I took pictures of all the celebrities that was there. I promoted the fact that I was there. I told everybody I was there on my Instagram. And here's the wild part. I met a couple other actors from Power.
Right.
And I basically was like, okay, I'll ask them if it's okay to post the pictures. Right? They didn't get back to me. Only Chris did. Chris let me post.
Right.
So I sent Chris his pics. He posted. I posted one or two. But the other actors that are on Power, I asked, "Do you mind if I take the pic?" They said you can take it. I was like, "Do you mind if I post?" And they were like, "It's up to you." But I was like, I was trying to get interviews, so I said, "Hey, maybe when it premieres, I can try to get you on my show." And one of the actors said, "Yes, send me a DM and let me know." Unfortunately, I'm gonna say he got too busy and it wasn't able to happen. So it
Yeah,
didn't happen. It didn't happen. But I will say on Chris,
it happens.
well, I'll say on Chris's behalf, Chris, shout out to Chris Lofton. He was like, "Come through, man, take pictures." I came through, took pictures. I said, "I gotta try to get an interview." He was like, "Bro, I'm going to Chicago to film Force." He was like, "We're gonna have to do it when I come
Yeah.
back." I was like, I'll catch up. You know what I'm saying? So, but what I realized is that, celebrities are people, right? The young lady that plays Toya on Mary J. Blige's daughter on Ghost,
Yes.
super sweet,
Yeah.
super sweet. Let me take pictures and everything. Um, the brother
And you know why?
that plays Braden, the white boy
Right.
Braden. Let me
Right.
take pictures and everything. Super cool. Everybody was super nice. Nobody
Right.
was a jerk. But it's like if a principal allows you to be in that space, then the other people are assuming then you got to be cool if they allows you. So you can't get into a celebrity space and act a damn fool and get hella
Exactly.
drunk and wild out.
Exactly. But again, do you know why they're hella cool?
Tell me.
Because I'm just like, well, for me, let me speak for me. That job is just a gig. Once it ends, they still got to find the next gig. So they never
Right.
know who they're talking to or what
Yeah.
projects you might be working on. So that's
Yeah.
called networking. So that's why you still have to network no matter what when you're out there. There's a way to do it and a way not to do it. Okay,
Facts.
no one wants an obnoxious person always
Facts.
in your face. Hey, you know what? Hey, you know what? Can you put me on your thing next thing? No. If you just act like you got common sense,
Hmm.
talk to them like they're regular people. Let
Hmm.
them know what you're working on,
Yep.
and they probably will talk back to you and say, "Hey, I'm working on this too. Why don't you come through?" I just went to a networking event out here. All the guy did was come off the stage, and I was like, I said, "You know what?" To another fellow violin enthusiast, I said, "That was hella good." I said, "I used to play the violin too. I don't play
Yeah.
anymore. Once I sit my ass down, I'm going to take some more lessons." He goes, "Oh, thank you. You know what? I'm getting married. Would you come to my wedding?" Bam.
Mm.
I'm like, "What is this? I'm going to everybody's wedding."
Right. Right. Well, look, when the Lord is blessing your neighbor, that
Yeah.
means he in your neighborhood.
Hey.
So if you've been going to a bunch of weddings, that means that hey, your future's on the way. Whatever you desire, it's on the way. You know what I'm saying? So I
Yeah.
believe it because and you know what's funny, Yvette, just to get on the wedding real quick. A lot of people don't know I got married just a month ago. And Yvette, being one of my lifers that has been really consistent with being on the show, whenever she comes to LA, she reach out. "What's up, Dave? Where you at? You want to meet up?" You know what I mean? Yvette has been really, really cool. First and foremost, Yvette, did I meet you at the Movement LA at the fashion show, or had you been on my show prior to that?
We met originally on Kevin Tate's show.
Oh, that's right.
That's
The
right. That was
Zodiac show.
the Zodiac show.
Shout out to the Zodiac show.
Exactly, the
The
Zodiac show.
Kevin
We
Tate.
met
Yeah,
there.
shout out to
I
Kevin
met
Tate.
Kevin. I met Kevin here in Florida at right when the pandemic was ending.
Yep.
My brother's a comedian, and he was hosting a show here, and Kevin happened to be here at the show.
Okay.
So
Okay.
that's how I met Kevin.
So we met on the Zodiac show because I've jumped on Kevin's show all the time. And listen, man, Kev is dope. I love the fact that he started a show on Instagram. I
Yes.
love I love the fact that when I went to the Comedy Store or the Laugh Factory, which one is it, David? The Laugh Factory.
Yes,
When I
that
when I went
factory.
to the Laugh Factory in LA and I saw his show, I was like, "Oh man, Kev, what up, dog?" He was like, "Oh, Dave Life TV." When I saw him at the Movement LA and he was hosting the show, and I believe that you were there also because I was selling body butters and lip
Uh,
balms, right?
yep.
And he was hosting, and I say that was actually the first time I met him in person. Look, outside the time I got kicked out of his show when he didn't know who I was. Yo,
You got kicked
yo,
out of a
yo,
show.
Yvette, let me tell you something. I went to the comedy store. I mean, Laugh Factory. I went to Laugh Factory. Kevin
Mhm.
is hosting, right? He's hosting, and he's doing his set. Maybe he wasn't hosting, but he was doing his set. Yo, this was one of them days. It was football Sunday fun day. This
Mhm.
is years before Destiny. So y'all don't tell my wife Dave got kicked out. No, this happened before I met my wife. I go there after watching football all day in LA. We've been drinking all day. I go to Laugh Factory. It was two young ladies that happened to be twins, right? That was at the sports bar. I said, I'm going to the Laugh Factory. They're like, well, let's go there. I said, you ain't said nothing but a word. So they go with me. We get there. I'm drunk. They're drunk. Everything's hilarious. Okay. Kevin is funny. Kevin's doing the set. He's
Mhm.
hilarious. So as he's even before him, I'm already laughing in the audience. I'm mad. I'm loud laughing. The girls are laughing. We cracking our own internal jokes. We laughing with each other.
Uh-huh.
Kevin starts doing this thing. Kevin's doing this thing. He doing his show. And everything he says is killing me because I get his sense of humor. So it's hilarious. I'm just like,
Just over loud.
just, just,
Extra. Knee snapping.
yeah, just slapping. And then the girls are laughing. So they're laughing. So that's just egging me on to laugh more. And then I start cracking back. And he says something. And I said, don't hate on me because I said, and the girls like, now we're laughing at it. It's probably disruptive as hell because we're all drunk.
Oh,
We don't realize
y'all
how
those
laugh we are.
ignorant, y'all would be ignorant.
Listen, yo, check this out. Check this out. Security came up to me, Yvette. They were like, excuse me, sir, you with the glasses. I said, hey, what's up? They said, we're gonna have to ask you to step outside and you have to leave the venue. I said, I gotta leave the venue. And mind you, I'm drunk. I gotta leave the venue. Right? They're like, yeah, you can leave. I'm like, well, they gotta come with me. No, they can stay. I said, oh, they can stay. Oh, they can stay, but I got to go. I said, well, I got to go. And they were like, yeah, man, you disrupting the car. He started talking to me. I was like, I said, whatever I said. Yo, Yvette, why did I leave? And why did them girls stay? I was like, yo.
That's messed up. Did you see
They,
the girls again ever?
you know, I ran into one of them years later. And I was like, "Yo, I think I said I think I was at the Laugh Factory." She's like, "Oh my god, that was you!" Hey, if I'm not mistaken, I think they stayed. I can't remember the story. They stayed. They left. Either way, I got kicked out.
That's
So
messed
when I met Kevin in person, this is years later. I meet Kevin in person. He's doing the Movement LA, the
up.
fashion show. We start chopping up after. I said, "Man, I love the Zodiac show." He's like, "Yeah, I've been checking your show out too, Dave Life TV. I know who you are, man." I said, "Yo, man, you know what's funny? I got kicked out of your show one time." He said, "What?" I said, "Bro, let me tell you what happened." And I told him, and he said, "Oh, wow, I don't even remember." I said, "Dude, I was drunk, bro. I was clowning that day." You know,
Mhm.
he had a laugh. He had a laugh. Hold
That's
on,
that's what I like about coming out there though
look at
too.
Susie.
Hey Susie,
What's up, Jamaican
miss
goddess?
you.
What up, Susie? Susie, you might
I
as well
just
join.
Yeah, you might as well pop on now, Susie. Susie pop.
You got the link. You might as well join, Susie. All right, so look, Yvette. Yeah, so I love LA is wonderful, but what I'm learning is people are people. Like, yes, he's a celebrity. Yes, he does comedy. But when he met me, hella cool. I said, bruh, I was probably out of line that day. I didn't realize I was tipsy. He said, man, I don't even remember. Don't worry about it, Dave. It ain't a thing. But I did apologize. I'm like, bro, I hope I didn't like mess up your show or whatever. He said, man, people get drunk all the time and blah, blah,
He's
blah.
a
So, you know what I'm saying?
comedian. That's what they do. They deal with the hecklers. They know how to do the snapbacks. It's like, sometimes you wish you would have never opened your mouth. They come at you
Right.
so hard, you be like, damn, I should have just shut up because they done snapped. And you about this small now when they finish cracking on you. I'll never. Oh,
Hold on.
see, I almost said the word.
Oh, I'm looking at Instagram. Oh, you almost said it. Oh,
I
see?
almost said the word because there was a time when my brother was telling a joke on stage. The guy got up. He had some jeans on. The jeans just was cutting up his pants. and he had like a nut over here and a nut over there. He was terrible. I ain't gonna say it. I'm not gonna say it. But he choked that poor man all the way to the bathroom. He wished he would have never got up.
Yvette, see, you didn't. Now I gotta tell the story because you didn't did this shit again. Yvette, on every episode, I don't care if we're talking about the holiness of Christ. On every episode, Yvette is gonna bring up penis. That's her favorite word. You didn't have to. You said a nut on the left, a nut on the right. What's in the middle, Yvette?
There was no middle. There was no middle.
Well, wherever he dressed left, dressed right, you're talking about penis and dick.
And I did not. I said there was a nut over here. I could be talking about nutty people. I don't.
No, you talked about how tight his pants were. See, Yvette, you started this shit without be sure. Oh, I remember how tight his pants was. Okay, all right, cool, right? And we talking. Yeah, there was a guy heckling, and he had his pants so tight he had a nut on the head.
That's what I was thinking about because I was saying that.
Yvette.
What? I did, but I didn't say it.
Lifers, video, let it be known. Video lady Yvette talks about penis on every episode. She finds a way. No, it's over. It's over. You find a way. I bet you if I go do editing and find clips
all the other times you guys started. What's the name? Which started, and then I was just kind of like,
You know what's funny is sometimes other people do start it. Sometimes we go to the abyss, but no one drops the P word. You do. You're the only one that says penis.
I don't like because I'm using the more respectable words like the vajayjay and stuff. I don't.
Yo, they laughing on Instagram. Instagram is laughing. Hey, look, y'all know Instagram. Some of y'all lifers been here for a minute. Jen Thang, you've been here for a minute. Tell me if I'm lying. Yvette always talks about penis. She brings up penis on the show.
Don't put that out there like that.
We have it's documented. We have episodes. Yvette, by the time hold on, Yvette. Were you? I'm trying to think. Yeah, it was you, Yvette. Yo, you remember when Jamaican Goddess? You remember Jamaican Goddess back when we was on Instagram? She said she called me angry balls or salty balls, and then she called Kevin sugar balls.
I remember that conversation.
Oh, he was crying. I was crying. She said, "Oh, angry balls over there, Dave." I said, "Well," he was like, "Yeah, salty balls." I said, "Damn, that's me." And she was calling Kevin sugar balls. I said, "Jesus, Lord have mercy. Where are we going?" Y'all got to watch the old episodes.
After dark, that was like
that's definitely after dark back in the day. All right, you know what, Yvette? I don't even know.
Freestyle Fridays.
You miss Freestyle Fridays, Yvette?
Freestyle Friday, because we talked about everything. To me, it went a little bit left when you were just trying to make it just only the comedians and that one person that won't say that just didn't care.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah. Some people ain't on here no more.
Yeah, you just lost me. So.
Well, I'll say this. One thing about, well, you tell me. I try to give people opportunity, and I try to expose my audience to other talent and just give people a chance.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? And look, I don't care per se what your reputation is elsewhere, especially if I don't know, right? I go off of the merits of you being on my show. On my show, you were funny. On my show, you talk about this. On my show, there was a chemistry. Let's try it. And I will keep you on. I'll be loyal. I'll keep person on. Now, if I start hearing things, and by the way, we're talking about a comedian. We're not talking about a non-comedian. We're talking about a comedian, an up-and-coming person that was working in comedy, a male. And I started getting too many messages from people, about his behavior outside of Instagram. And I started investigating. I started calling people. And when I started hearing those same things, I said, "Hey, man, we got to have you take a break from the show, man, because I can't have people's." Here's what will happen, Yvette.
Right.
And
It'll come back on you.
we're talking about, yes, we're talking about just celebrities being people. Now, this person was not a celebrity, but they're working on just like
On
we are,
becoming one.
right? They're trying to be a celebrity. They're putting themselves out there. They're being a public figure. So if you're on a show every week for 3-4 months, someone might say you're a public person to an extent.
Exactly.
All
Hmm.
right. So yeah, the person, when I started hearing stuff, when I started investigating, and people would, after the show would go off, Yvette, women would hit me up and say on Instagram, "Hey Dave, if you got time, I want to tell you about somebody on your show." I'm like, what's up? They're like, "Look, I know, you're very respectful. I know you are God fearing. We just see you conduct yourself a certain way.
Right.
Well, I need
Exactly.
you to know that this person ain't doing, like, they're really outside of where you are in terms of conduct." And I was like, "Really? Enough for you to like say something to me?" They're like, "Yo, yeah, like you got to watch them." All right. And then I start hearing that from more and more people as time went on. So
Hmm.
finally, I had to investigate, and then eventually I asked the person to move on.
And that just brings this topic to full circle.
Okay.
See, because just that you described is the same thing that happens in the industry
Mm,
when we got the truth tellers, because they seen something, they said something, and you did something. It don't always go down that way. People say something, they see something, they say something, and nothing ever gets done because it to them it didn't affect them,
right.
or I mean, it's happening right now. It's happening right now. In
Right.
our elections, you got all the people who know the depth of certain things that goes on,
Yeah.
and instead of just saying, "Hey, look," and even with the ones that are saying, "Hey, look, this ain't right," but it
Right.
happens in everyday jobs too. It happens at a regular office. It
Yeah.
happens in police offices. It
Well,
happens everywhere.
I'll give you an example. In that particular example with a comedian trying to be on the rise, and
Hmm.
me having a freestyle Friday night where comedians could do their thing, I let them loose. I would even set them up. I give them a topic or a meme, and it gives them a chance to show their talents, right?
Exactly.
Um, because it was quote unquote my platform and my show.
Right.
One could say I had the leverage or the power because I could say I don't want you on my show
Exactly.
because they're the one. Even if they're, because listen, some people are super funny. They don't need Dave, right? They got their own shit going on. But
Absolutely.
some people still are like, yo, I still respect the fact that it's yours. If the person in power is like, this ain't gonna work for me, but they still got their thing going because they have their own platform.
Right.
It won't hurt them as much to cut the guy or the girl.
Absolutely.
Now let's flip it. Now you have a person that's trying to get on. They're trying to move to the next level in Hollywood,
Hmm.
and the person that's violating is above them, right? Some people, it's harder for them to speak up because if they speak up, their opportunities are going to get nixed or they might get blackballed. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
And
Hold
and
on.
so
I did some. Oh, I don't see you anymore.
I see you.
Oh, okay. No, I hit something on my computer. Okay,
I see you.
good.
All right. Shout out to everybody on Instagram watching. I see everybody on the gram. Hey, if you're on the gram, I really would love for y'all to come on over to YouTube. If not this very second, but I want y'all to follow and subscribe on YouTube because it's just a, you know what? I was gonna say YouTube shows you a little bit more, but now Instagram has figured out how to stream as well. So but come to YouTube. I like YouTube because you can see comments, do a lot of stuff. Anyway. Plus I'm trying to get to 1,000 subscribers by the end of the year. And I'm at 870 something. So I need
I'll get there.
130 more. All right.
We'll get
So
there.
I appreciate that. So, some people going back to the whole industry thing, right? We're um going back to this idea. Industry truth tellers, right? Um some people may not tell what's going on because they're like, if I tell, I may lose opportunities
Right.
because the people that are perpetrating the crime or that are, like, it don't even have to be a crime, but the people that are violating, I'll say, the people that are disrespecting, the people that are violating, the people that are taking advantage of, even if it's just rude or immoral, not necessarily criminal, right? But it could be. But the person that's violating, if they above you and you trying your best to get to that level, you may feel like, dang, man, if I tell everybody that this producer, this actor, this executive producer, this line producer, this singer, this, writer, if I
Mm-hmm.
tell them that they were rude or they were a jerk or they violated, I might not work in this town again. Because you remember you say that back in Hollywood, you'll never work in this town again.
They did.
So
They
some
did.
people, especially when you black and you trying to get in, some people are like, yo, man, dang, if I really come out blowing the whistle or even speaking up for myself, I'm gonna get blackballed.
I've been
So
there. I've actually have been there.
talk
First of
about it.
all, I've been when I first started in this industry, I would be almost like the only black chick on mostly every production. So I always felt like I was just that token black all the time, the only one there in the room. And we do the Martin Luther King Day parade, and we seeing all the black kids doing you know, the the Jamaican dances, the butterfly and everything, and we're very provocative in our dancing. And
Hmm.
you hear, why do y'all black people dance like that? Um, I would never let my daughter dance like that. I would
Mm,
hear these are things they're saying to me, and I'm like, well, I can't be the spokesperson for every black person. I said, but you need to understand where that comes from. It is cultural. You know, these dances that you're seeing, they do originate from somewhere, and they're cultural dances that they're doing, and
right.
so now I'm so I had to go through that a lot of times. But then there was also, you know, trying to not put me on certain jobs, like only if they didn't really need to call me for a gig, it would, or can you train them? And they wanted me to train someone,
Oh
so
yeah, I've seen that
they
before.
didn't need me to be
Yep.
there anymore because they don't really want to call me.
Yep.
And then even like right now to this day, there's a chick that a photographer friend of mine asked me to bring this girl in. This is doing all the sports production work.
Yeah.
Asked me to bring this girl in. This girl has okay, I went to school for what I do. I got a
Right.
degree for what I do.
Let's start there, Yvette.
Yeah, I went to school to do this. I went, did the classes, learned the lessons, kept my GPA up, all while being a single mom. I did that. All right.
Hmm.
Bringing my son to school, he's sitting under the dean's desk while I'm trying to get my lesson on.
Hmm.
And this girl, no, not it. And she's not this. So the friend asked me, hey, we bet this girl is out in the lobby of the stadium trying to get people to sign up for credit cards.
Okay.
Asked me, can I book her one day because at one point they had me crewing.
Yeah.
They hey, you bet we need XYZ. Could you help crew because you're
Right.
local? Can you crew
Hmm.
these people? So
Yep.
I was doing some of the crewing. I said, okay, this guy's done a lot for me. I'll bring her on.
Yeah.
Showed her the ropes, showed her what to do. This heifer to this day is doing my work. I got kicked out, she's in. And one day when I tried to tell her, I'm like, well, don't you realize? I said, I'm a single mom. I got mouths to feed.
Yeah.
And she says, oh, so because you're a single mom, that means that you should get jobs and I shouldn't? I said, but you already was working doing voiceovers. Like,
Right.
that's what you were doing. You were doing voiceovers. Like, so now you want to come in and move in on how I ate.
So I want to speak on that, right, Yvette? That is the tough part as a black person in the entertainment business trying to give someone, let me back that up, not even the entertainment business, a black person in any business trying to give
Yeah.
other people an opportunity,
Yeah.
right? Because you already got the white person that's like, should I even be working with this nigga? And
Hmm.
excuse my language, but I'm going to say it like that because I want y'all to feel what I'm saying. Not all white people. So let me be clear.
Exactly.
But
Not all.
some white people will literally look at you and be like, I don't even work. I don't want to work with the N word. Some other white people may not say the N word, but they may say, oh, I'm uncomfortable around. blacks because I don't know nothing about them. So I'd rather work with someone that I can identify with. So if you're a black person, you in the door, right? And you're
Mhm.
just trying to secure your spot. You're just trying to, Yvette, you got a production company. You in the door and you're just trying to do your job so you can feed your family. And then someone's like, hey, Yvette, can you give me an opportunity? Can you pull me up? And you're like, all right, yeah, I'll pull you up. And then they come in there and they either number one, they take your work from you because
Mhm.
they kind of kiss up to the boss and try to
Yep.
throw you
That's
under the bus.
it. Mhm.
Or sometimes they'll act out and mess up your rep. And you're like, yo, I don't perform and act out the way you're acting. And I
Right.
asked you if I bring you on, can you just like keep everything copacetic so I don't get a bad rep? They in there effing up your rep because they don't have nothing to lose. And now
Right.
and now they're like, well, I'm not hiring Yvette and YRQ Productions anymore.
Exactly. Yeah. And then I mean, I had so many incidents and stories, but it was okay because see, one thing they didn't realize is I was learning something. I I learned from every incident that took place, and
Mm-hmm.
you can't if it's for you, you can't be let down. Like if it's for you, you just nobody can keep you in a box that they want to put you in.
Mm.
If it's for you,
Well, well, some people have a hard time knowing that you're only going to get what's supposed to be for you. For instance,
right?
if I get into, oh man, let me see. All right, I'm in corporate America, right?
Mm-hmm.
I'm successful at my job. I've been doing it since 1997.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Um,
That's a
I'm
long
good at
time.
what I. Yeah, it is. It is. I'm good at what I do. I have a reputation. People say, "Hey, you know what, Dave? David is good." If I say, "Hey, hire this person, hire that person," I had a manager. He happened to be white. He happened to be a principal. He
Mm-hmm.
looked at me. He looked at me and said, "You know, if they f up, it's on you.
Intimidation.
You can call it what
Twice.
you want." He basically
Twice.
said. He basically said this. Yo, I'll hire the person because you're exceptional, and I'm gonna take your word that this newbie that needs guidance and mentorship and training ain't gonna mess us up as a contract because they're not gonna come in here. I mean, he had the nerve to say he's not on drugs, is he? He doesn't. I said, what are you talking about? No, he's not on drugs. Well,
Mm-hmm.
I'm just making sure. How come he hasn't? I said, it takes some people longer to figure out their career, right?
Right.
I went to college and completed. Some people didn't. It takes time to work your way up into an opportunity. So I'm like, yo,
Absolutely.
this person has worked here, here, and here. They have the aptitude. They just need the opportunity.
And the
This
potential. Right.
this person had the nerve to say, after asking me, they're not doing anything illegal. I'm looking like, first of all, I've been working with y'all 8 years. You really think that I'm going to bring someone that's going to be doing something? That's the so that was a slap in the face.
Well, that's the mentality. Yeah, because I even had that. Well, you know what I do now. I still dabble in
Right.
my production, but
Right.
I'm in dental dentistry
Mm-hmm.
now, and I that's another world. That's a whole different world. And again, that placement in that box where they want you to live. I worked with a doctor, surgery,
Yeah.
and he would always, have these conversations. Oh, well, my daughter's a lawyer, one makes money, one's not. Da 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 da. Okay. Oh, when we went to Vermont to Killington skiing, I'm like, oh yeah, I love Killington. It's beautiful up there. I've been there skiing too.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, and where we do? Oh, I've done that too. Oh, because I'm letting them know you ain't talking to your everyday Joe Smo.
Right. I've
Shit.
done
I've
things as
done shit
well.
too. You know.
Yeah.
So
Mm-hmm.
then instead of just saying, "Oh, well, that's so nice," and sharing in the conversation, we go back and forth with the atmosphere or the community of the
They
place
let
or
me
the
guess.
place.
They asked, "How could you afford that?"
No, he
Mm.
said, "Oh," in his words, Oh, Yvette, you're so fucking upper middle class. What am I supposed to do with that?
Wait, was this a brother or a non-brother?
This is my doctor who pays me my salary, who was a white
You know, when a white person says something
man.
and when a black person says something, it can land different. When a
I
white
know.
person says you're so upper middle class, you wonder, first of all, is that supposed to be a backhanded compliment?
Hmm.
Second of all, why do you care? And why are you putting me in the class?
In a
Check,
class, in a
check it
box.
out. Years ago, when I first started working in corporate America, right? Me and my ex-wife both worked in corporate America. So being two people with decent salaries, we were able to get a house. We were able to do
Exactly.
things. Why did the white director at my job say, "Oh, where'd you guys buy? Oh, oh, how many bedrooms? Oh, that must have been at least this much. Oh, how'd you guys afford that?" And I'm looking like, first and foremost, why the hell are you counting my pockets? Why are you in my wallet? And second of all, don't be mad because I'm a young black man that got married, right? And was upwardly mobile.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And this is 20 years ago.
I know.
People would be pissed off if they knew, you know what I'm saying, what me and Des was able to do and what we about to do. Right? People get mad.
Yeah. And
They
sometimes a black
listen,
person too.
they expect me to be a janitor and they expect Destiny to be a secretary.
Yeah,
Nothing wrong with a janitor or a secretary.
absolutely.
But I'm saying they place us at the lowest level because they're like, there's no way. And you walk in and you like, no, bachelor's, master, professional certification,
Right.
30 years in the business. Buddha, Buddha, Buddha. Oh, and your wife does what? Attorney.
Uh-huh. At
Hello.
law. So
At
if you
law.
if you want to, you
Esquire, bitch.
know what I'm saying? If you want to.
That's right. Esquire.
You
And
want
it,
to become my
oh
lawyer.
my God.
Yeah.
But and I don't like so first of all, welcome to everybody that's watching on Instagram, everybody that's watching on YouTube. We got some people watching. Look, if you're on IG and you haven't subscribed to the YouTube, please subscribe to the YouTube because it will help my numbers. It'll help us get monetized and it'll help us continue to get our message out to the masses. Tonight it's after dark. We're supposed to be discussing. let me let me show it again. We ain't talked about video the first. Tonight we're supposed to be discussing industry truth tellers. Why wasn't anybody listening? And excuse me, I can tell you why no one is listening to us talking about truth tellers because we've been spending tonight catching up and just going from topic to topic. So me and Yvette,
Shoot
who's
breeze
frozen?
like we normally do.
Yeah, you frozen, Yvette.
Oh,
Uh-uh.
I
Yeah,
still hear you. I hear you. Can you hear me?
I hear you. You're loud and clear, but your video's frozen.
Oh, because I told you this laptop is doing its thing. I'm gonna
Oh
have to
yeah.
shut down and come back up. Is that gonna be a problem?
Shut down and come back up. Come on.
All right, yep, because it just did it. It shut down for me. Darn it.
Yeah. We got
Mhm.
it. Shut down and come back
Do
up
a
as soon as
station
possible.
break. Yeah, do
Yeah,
a
yeah, yeah.
station break.
All right, I'll do a station break. All right, y'all. So it's Dave Life. We're gonna let Yvette restart and everything. So look, I'm glad that y'all are here. Now that y'all are here, we can talk a little bit. I appreciate everybody for watching, man. The show is back. The show is back. We're getting back into the flow of things. I did get married last month. I'm very happy about that, and I'm building. So I'm building. The show took a break. Show did take a break. We're having some panelist changes. So we'll change up the lineup, change up the talent. And when you change up the talent, the show kind of morphs a little bit. After Dark has always been a place where adults can talk like our parents used to do. Hey, y'all go to bed. We're gonna stay up and play cards. We're gonna talk. So we up drinking. Some of us playing cards. I'm sure somebody out there playing cards. And we talking. And After Dark allows us to be grown-ups and discuss things. Sometimes in the news, we have to discuss what's happening out there in the world. In this particular case, industry truth tellers. Why wasn't anybody listening? I'm gonna tell y'all the truth, man. When I do my show, when I do Dave Life After Dark, I get my topics through prayer. I pray about it. I say, all right, Lord, what you want me to talk about tonight? Where am I going tonight? What's the topic? I kind of felt in my gut me and Yvette weren't gonna be able to get into the meat of the truth tellers discussion. Because Yvette, the show was on break for about 2 or 3 weeks. We played a couple of reruns at the end of August. Um, and then when I got married and then went to St. Lucia, I think I took a break. I think I just took a full break and posted a few things about the wedding and honeymoon. So I was like, all right, when I come back, I could go full fledged into the show. But when I came back, I had wedding stuff to show. I still got wedding stuff to show, by the way. Things start breaking off in the news with Diddy. And I was like, I had people messaging me saying, yo, you ain't covering Diddy? I had people saying, yo, Dave, you normally on top of this. What's up with the news? Dave Life TV News. You're not gonna do a news story on Diddy? What's up with the podcast? After Dark ain't gonna talk about it? You know what I'm saying? So I definitely felt like, look, I can't let um current news, which is kind of captivating the world of celebrity, and not to mention politics, when it comes to Kamala and Trump. But I was like, I can't let current news pass by because some people look to me for current news. I see Yvette. I'm gonna bring Yvette back up. Come on back up to the stage, Yvette. Hey, you there?
I'm here.
Okay. I was just updating the people on how the show ended up being what it was tonight. So I've come back a few shows in a row. Jamaican goddess Susie, she has jumped in with me, and because she was also studying the Diddy case, I said, "Hey, jump on, let's talk about it." So we were able to talk about it. And then Yvette is in the industry. I'm in the industry, and you know what, Yvette, I had to accept something here. I had to accept the fact that I'm not a celebrity, right? From like a list, B list, C list, D list, E list, F list. I ain't even on none of them lists, right? But I am a public figure because I go live weekly.
Absolutely.
Whether I like it or not,
Absolutely.
someone knows, oh, David, oh, that's Dave Life TV. Someone makes the connection because they watch. On top of that, got married. When I got married, put my wife's first name out there. Some of the pictures were so nice. Now our last name is out there because the banner was
Mm-hmm.
classic. And then Kendra put up our wedding, Mr. and Mrs. Leslie. So now we out there. And I just said, my father, rest in peace to my father, he'll be proud of the Leslie name being out there, in a positive light. And shout out to all of my family members in Chicago that share the last name and those even that don't. My family's proud of me. So I'm like, you know what, man? The name is out there, it's there. And I just had to accept I am, quote unquote, a public figure, whether I like it or not, even if it's on a small scale.
Right.
All right. Same with you, Yvette. You're on the show every week. You on Kevin's show. You've got a production company. You out there doing stuff. People in the industry say, "Oh yeah, I know her. I know Video Lady." Right. But what happens is people that aren't behind the camera, people that are in front of the camera, and people that are in the audience, they start noticing, "Oh, that's that Video Lady." Do you know when you came to the wedding, Yvette? Do you know when you came to the wedding? When Mr. Al Tariq came to the wedding? When Big Corey G came to the wedding? Right? When microphone fiend Kevin KJ Williamson came to the wedding, people were like, "Oh, I know them from your show.
Right.
Oh, that's Auntie." Yo, Yvette, you're Auntie, okay? And
I
and
know.
that's
I know.
and that's the compliment. They be like, "Yo, I know Auntie." I'm like, "Hey man, I'm a married man, so I can't comment." I'm like, "But Auntie has always been easy on the eyes."
Oh, well, thank you.
You know what I mean? So, you know,
And it was really nice meeting all the guys. I mean, because everyone dressed up and looked so good. Like Miss
So Yvette,
Corby, I was like,
I'm gonna
boy,
shut
you
up.
better stop.
I'm gonna shut up for a second, Yvette. Yvette,
Okay.
I want you to tell me, just give me a 5 minute or less synopsis of your impression of the wedding, the event, the venue, the day, the energy.
The venue was, well, first, the venue was a really beautiful. I love the way it was set up. It was like, you know, kind of like inside and outside all at the same time.
Hmm.
Underneath the stars type of thing when it, when the weather was, it cooperated, so that was nice. Everybody looked good. Everybody was nice. And oh my goodness, we ain't even gonna talk about the food. Those hors d'oeuvres, I'm telling you, the hors d'oeuvres was all that in the bag of chips. I'm telling you, you had the little sushi thing going and then your little
The cocktail
the
hour, Yvette.
cocktail hour. And I didn't have that many drinks because I had to drive back to Jersey, so I couldn't get lit like I wanted to. But the drinks was all I needed was one or two. You were right.
Hmm.
You only needed one or two, but everybody looked good. And my the DJ, Mr. DJ Ron,
DJ Ran,
hey
yeah.
man, my dude there, him and his wife, they're just so big. Just love black love. Just tell you that I do, and it was really nice. But I did not get my picture with Kendra, and that's my fault. She told me to come sit my beautiful self down, and I came and sit down and didn't get it.
There we go.
But
I was
yeah,
looking for the picture.
everything was beautiful. Look at you. And you were ready. I ain't gonna say the right. You were ready. You just kept holding on. That's all I'm gonna say. I noticed everything. You are holding on, baby. Baby.
Just go ahead
That's
and
it.
talk about it. Okay. Now let's be clear. Everybody said I kept grabbing Destiny's hips.
He was on those hips.
They
He's like,
said
I'm ready.
they said they keep patting them hips and the booty.
Yeah, you.
Look,
No.
if you like it, then you should have put a ring on
You
it.
did. You like ring on it, and
So
then you said, "Are you
go ahead.
ready?" Okay.
And what I was letting people know was I was like, yo, man, like, yo, I'm married. So
Yeah.
look, I ain't want to hear nothing from nobody. If people
You
was
were
like,
happy. You were
why you
happy
keep grabbing her hip? All I would say was, hey, because I
because
put
I
the ring on. I
can.
don't want to hear it.
Because I can.
Damn right. Because I can. Because I can. Right. But yeah,
It
man.
was nice.
No, Yvette,
So nice.
we had a, it was beautiful. The venue was beautiful. The wedding was beautiful. Um, they said I can see your molars. Yeah, I'm laughing.
Something
Ah.
bit forehead. Ouch.
Oh, Yvette,
Itching.
don't scratch it. Mm-mm.
I got a no see him in
Um,
here.
but Yvette, yo, listen, real talk. You know this before we went live. I was trying to find your picture under our header and monogram.
Right.
Listen, I'm gonna say this, and I hope they're watching. Shout out to Hipster, Hipstr. Hipster is the photo booth that created what you're
Yeah.
seeing right there, right?
Yeah.
So
I did.
they
Like
they had they had different designs because you can have different overlays and you can have different packages. We got the glam package, the glam black and white photo booth package. I wanted something that felt like old Hollywood, old glamour, black and white, ebony magazine, old school Hollywood. I wanted to feel that,
oh,
right?
yeah.
And the moniker with our last name and our date, it just needed to be simple. And Yvette, the first
Right.
one they showed me, the first mock-up was of a couple called the Smiths. And the Smiths, not Will and Jada, a couple called the Smiths, a white couple. They had the Smiths. It was similar. They had gold lettering. It was black and white. You know, he was like in a James Bond type,
Mhm.
tuxedo with his bride. And I looked and I said, that's what I'm talking about.
That's hot. Yeah.
That's what I need. And then they came with all the other, oh, Mr. Leslie, would you like this? Would you like that? Would you like flowers? Would you like colors? Would you like ivies? Would you like violets? Would you like? No, I want the Smiths. Go back to
Simple.
the original. I want no. Okay. And then they gave me that, and then I adjusted it. I kind of like changed the sizing, and I said, "This is how I want it to look." So no matter who gets in front of that camera, boom. And
Yeah.
your video lady, I'll find it and I'll post it later, right? But your picture under our header, classic. Classic. You
Thank
was looking
you.
good that
I
night,
actually
Yvette.
have it. I have it.
Yeah, it's dope. It's dope.
It's nice.
It was dope. Now,
Yeah.
men, all I'll tell you is this. I cannot speak on her status, but her @ is Video Lady 18.
You know
And
what?
and she will let you know her status. I can't speak on anything, but I want her to find the right person. And hey, if she has found the right person, then I'm happy for her. No, even I ain't got no. Hey, listen, I want my friends
I
happy.
know. I know. I know.
I want my friends happy. I'm out the game, Yvette. I want my friends
I,
happy.
I know. I know. You talked about it. You were about it. You got serious about it, and things happen, and that's what's supposed to happen. And you know what?
Amen.
I think I we got to do another, because relationships is something that we discuss all the time, but it's
Yeah.
always in a negative tone, and we got to
Okay.
get away from these negative tones. We got to start talking about the positive and the beauty in together too, because it is a beautiful thing when you can come together and find somebody. But the thing is not to bring, and I'm just gonna say it the way it is, not to bring your shit to put on somebody. See, that's where problems in relationships are going wrong. You come in already with shit, looking for things to be wrong. And
Yeah.
instead of looking at all the positive, I have somebody, I don't even want to say, I won't say their name, but
Yeah.
right away, oh, I don't like him because I I, I don't like the way he.
Uh-oh.
So, but I understand.
Wait.
I
Wait,
do
Yvette, wait,
understand.
wait. Wait. A friend of yours critiqued someone that you
An
are seeing?
associate
An associate.
was
Okay.
trying to, but because of
Oh,
the way
oh,
the whole
I want to be clear. I want to be clear. So Yvette, you're single, you're dating. One of your
yes,
associates had something to say about someone you're dating.
not me, but someone that she was trying to see.
Okay. Something negative to say about someone she was trying to see. Okay.
Yeah, I'm talking. I'm giving you examples because no,
Yep.
I don't do that. You know what I'm
Yep.
saying? I mean, I have looked at people that I went out with and be like, oh hell no, that ain't gonna work because you eating like you ain't ate in 10 years. But I'm looking at
Right.
everything else. It's not just going to be because you have bad eating habits, because those are things that could be changed because of, if they want to. But that's because you're bringing your culture and your lifestyle and the way you were raised to somebody else who was raised totally different than you.
Yeah.
So that's first understanding that you need to know. You're two different beings. You came from two different households, maybe with two different lifestyles and two different rules. So if you're a poor person at one point in time, or you were raised poor, then you know that there's certain foods that you ate because your surroundings didn't even provide you with those healthy things. You,
Right.
fruit and vegetables and nuts cost more, so you didn't even probably eat that.
Couldn't afford it.
Couldn't afford it. Okay. All right. Then somebody who maybe came from a different town, who got what I call, well, Colorado Prime, if anybody knows that, a very expensive food delivery that delivers you steak and Top Chef, Bird's Eye, and all that food. And that house once a month, it's a nice big thing. You got steak and everything, lobster, whatever it is, for about a month or so. So you come from
Mhm.
that, then you're eating differently. You'll look at, like, filet mignon when you go out is a specialty to eat. But because you're raised with that, it's a regular breakfast meat. Don't mean
Mhm.
nothing. You know what I'm saying? So you're
Mhm.
raised differently, eating differently. If you are health conscious, then of course you're looking at putting eating out of a necessity. You're eating
Right.
just enough to fuel your body. People are eating hot dogs and hamburgers, and it's fine if that's what you like. But you don't go right relationship already looking for things to cut a person down.
So I'd like to talk about something related to people cutting people down. All right.
Okay.
Now you said that you didn't get a chance to meet. So you didn't get a chance to take a picture with Kendra, right?
And yeah, I didn't take I got her her hair because she was at me and I was doing a selfie. So I got her hair when she was
All right.
talking, but yeah, but she
So
told me
there's
to
a
sit next to her, but we didn't take our picture.
so there's a picture of me and Kendra G. If y'all don't know Kendra G is a dating. Well, first back up. Kendra G is a radio host, former radio host. She's also been on television as a media correspondent, and she has been in media for her entire career. She started singles live with Kendra G back during 2020 during the pandemic. And Kendra has a dating show on Instagram, on YouTube, on Facebook, and I believe on TikTok. Like
Yeah.
she's Kendra
Out
has retired from radio hosting and primarily does her show, and now she has a dating app. So Kendra is an entrepreneur that worked her way up through the industry.
nice.
All right. I'm saying all that to say this. A lot of people, I had never met Kendra before. She hadn't met me other than being on her show. We never met in person. So she not only came to the wedding, she came to the wedding. She brought her video team and asked if she could bring her video team. She
Hmm.
met me and Destiny, interviewed us individually, interviewed us collectively, and then she was about to rearrange her flights and was going to stay for the reception, but she wasn't able to because she had things to do in LA the following day. But Kendra has been all over the world. She's been interviewing people, and through her show, I think I can count two couples that got married before me and Destiny, and maybe one after. So me and Destiny are either couple three or four success story that's gotten married.
Hmm.
The reason I bring her up is because you said, some people are just some people are negative, right? The followers, her cousins, and I won't say all. All right, I'm not going to say all, but I'll say there's a contingent of her cousins which are just negative towards people on the show.
Hmm.
They get entertainment by being negative,
Okay. Yes. Yep.
right?
Hmm.
They might look at me in this picture and say, "Oh, Dave is kind of thick. Dave thicker than I thought." Right? Some people, "Oh, Kendra got curves. I didn't know she was that thick."
Hmm.
Dave is old. You hear all kind of stuff. And then when I show pictures of me and Des, they got comments about me and Destiny. Oh, Destiny's this, Dave is that. I didn't know he looked like her grandfather, blah, blah, blah. And I learned in being on her show, and look, I love Kendra, so I ain't talking about Kendra. It's really just some of the cousins, not all of the cousins, but some of them that are negative. And we, as Black people, got to stop tearing down other people for
Yes.
entertainment.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? Like, so you have a single man, me, looking for a wife back in 2021. I put out there my preferences, not requirements. I'm not
Right.
forcing nobody. This is
Right.
what David like, right? It don't mean that it has to be 100% that, but I put out my preferences. I put out what I was looking for. Yes, I cracked jokes. Yes, I came on board. Yes, I was doing my After Dark podcast. And back in those days, After Dark, we used to go to the abyss and we would get adult and raunchy if we needed to, but we would always have fun and crack jokes. So when I got on the Kendra show, there might have been times when I was cracking jokes or I was saying something a little bit too risque. And
Right.
some people took my statements and ran with them. Fast forward 2021. Fast forward a year and 10 months, I meet Destiny. Now we're dating. Fast forward 8 months, we get engaged. Fast forward a year, we're married. So now it's 2024. And came on Kendra's show in 2021. You know, people are going into the abyss and pulling up comments. Well, Dave, you said she needed to have, and you said is she does she have, and I'm just like, yo, man,
Let it
can you
go.
first of all let it go? Second of all, learn how to read the room. Go back and look, and you can tell when things were said in jest, and you can tell when things were not in jest.
Right.
And if you follow me, I've explained this 1,000 times on my show alone, and I've said stuff in Kendra's comments. So now me and Des are married, and we see crazy comments, and she wanted to respond one time, and I said, "Hey, baby, look, we're
Oh,
believers.
it ain't worth it.
We're
Ain't even
blessed."
worth it.
I said, just if you're gonna say a response, take the high road. So she took the high road. And the one person, all they could say was, "Well, that's not what I was saying. All I was saying was." And then they were just like, and then Destiny was like, "God bless you in your marriage." And then they were like, "Oh, thank you guys, both of you too. God bless you too."
Mm-hmm.
And you know what I wanted to say? Fuck out of here with that bullshit. I'm talking about bless me and you didn't fucking criticize me and my wife. Fuck you. That's what I
Well,
wanted to say.
I'm sure, but you know what though? I
That's what I
mean,
wanted to say.
that
because
same,
because real quick, Yvette, they just be wanting attention.
yeah,
They
I was just
it's
it's
like
attention
just
and hurt
acknowledge me.
people.
Just acknowledge
Yeah,
me that I'm
exactly.
saying something.
Right.
And look, and here we are. Let's talk. We're talking about going back to this, right? Going back to the original topic, which was truth tellers, and why wasn't anybody listening? What I had to learn was, Yvette, some people are just wanting to be acknowledged and talked to. They don't care if it's a negative talking to
Right.
or a positive talking to. As long as if you're engaging me and I'm on your mind, that
Right.
means that I matter. So let me just say this as a person. I ain't bigger than nobody. Look, I'm just a regular dude, okay? I ain't bigger than nobody. I wear a hat, right? My hair is sweating out.
Sweating.
I'm a normal person. I know we put on the mic. I know we put on the glasses. I know we put on our makeup and our hair or whatever we got going on that makes us look like we're different. But we're just a person trying to influence and affect other people. So when I see another person on the other side of a camera or on the other side of a keyboard, um, going off on me and Destiny, and they don't know us, I say, all right, they just want somebody to acknowledge. They just want somebody. And if they are angry and hateful, and if they really are bitter, then that means that they don't know the love of God. They don't know the forgiveness of God. They don't know the grace and mercy. They don't, they've never seen a level of success. Because let me tell you something, Yvette. The reason I can be married and God can bless me is because I was the dude supporting people that were married my entire career. I'm like, man, I'm so proud of my homie and his girl. I'm so proud of my
Right.
other homie. Man, I'm so proud of my friend and his wife. Man, big up to marriage. Man, I love y'all. I want to be like y'all one day. I was the consummate single friend hanging around all my friends that had relationships that were married. I've been the dude that didn't have nobody. I put in my time and I never hated.
Here
So
too.
now God comes around, he blesses me. And people are like, well, who you think he is? Da, 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 da. Y'all don't know what I've been through as a single person trying to
Well,
find the right thing.
that's that you just said it too. Nobody knows what another person goes through. So if you know who you are and you know what you do in order to live and survive, hey Kendra,
It's Kenny Kincaid. Hey, Kendra.
you know what anybody else think or feel or say about you should never even matter. You shouldn't even give it any weight, especially on here. That's another thing that I wanted to talk about. Me and you we're gonna do a conversation about mental health and stuff. I don't
Right.
understand how people get on here and allow something that someone say to them really affect their whole day or their
Yeah.
whole life to the point they want to harm themselves because of what somebody said. These people, if they are not close to you, they don't know who you are, they're not paying your bills, they're not
Yeah.
helping you live, they're not pouring any positivity in you, they're not, you know what I'm saying? They
But
don't matter.
so Yvette,
If
I gotta
you're
say
not
I
doing
gotta say something though.
go ahead.
You and I are mentally stable, emotionally stable, successful, hardworking individuals that are able to make ends meet. Everyone ain't like that. Right. So first and foremost, there are people that just aren't doing well financially. There are people that struggle mentally. There are people that struggle emotionally. And I know you know this. I know you know this, but I'm just saying it so my audience can hear.
Right.
Yvette, I was doing a show on Instagram and somebody wanted to join and I didn't recognize the name. And one of my lifers said, "Oh, Dave, he's a nice guy. He watches a lot of shows. He's special. You should let him up." I said, "Oh, okay." let him up. He certainly had, a mental handicap. He was special, but he was so excited to be on camera. And he was like, I love being on camera and I love your show. And thanks for inviting me up. And I immediately realized that mentally, he was handicapped
Mm-hmm.
immediately. But I also treated him with respect and grace and love. And I said, "Hey, man, welcome to the stage. What's your name? What do you want to What do you want to know about?" He asked me a question, and we were talking about relationships. So
Mm-hmm.
I was very nice to him, very patient, very gracious. And then
Absolutely.
after talking to him for a few minutes, I said, "Hey, so we got to finish the show. Thank you for coming up. I want you to continue watching the audience, and we praying for you. And I appreciate your support." He was so happy. And the thing was, here's what I learned. I could recognize that this person had a mental handicap. But when I'm looking at the comments from the Kendra
Mm-hmm.
show, comments from my own podcast under one of my things, and I see the negativity and the vitriol, what I got to remember is, some of these people they struggle. They don't have everything together. And I'd rather be gracious to someone that's coming at my throat
Mm-hmm.
than
Yes,
to go down to, the dirt with them, and they're not even stable in the first place. And now here I am going back with someone that is struggling. And look, I'm not even just talking about like a mental handicap. Some people just have financial difficulties, emotional difficulties, life difficulties. Some people are grieving. Some people went through a breakup. You just never know what a person's going through. And,
absolutely.
I try my best to just go the high road, because going the low road, it ain't gonna help me or them.
I don't even know what a low road is. I choose not to dig in the dirt. I don't want to
Hmm.
play in the dirt. I did that when I was a little girl. Started to make my little mud pies. I'm a grown woman now. I don't want to do that. I
I
want
like
to
that.
treat everybody with. Here's the key thing that I always follow. I treat people exactly the way I want to be treated. So I'm going to train you to treat me nice, even when you don't
Amen.
want to.
Amen.
I'm going to train you to treat me nice. At work, everyone's like, "Yeah, you always smiling. You always so happy. What's the song of the day?" Because
Hmm.
that keeps me sane at work. Music. I'm singing to myself. Every now and then, I'll be there, with a patient, and I'll, sing something, or I say, "What do you want to listen to?" And I'll put it
Hmm.
on, because I don't want to watch news at work. I don't want to watch all that destruction. But I don't have time to be on this because I'm with patients and stuff like that, and I just don't. But music will keep the day going. I don't care what genre it is. I listen. You know, I res- I just respect. It's all about just respect.
Yeah.
Give it, you'll get it back.
Sharon said that people that just try to do hate, they just need attention. Yeah, I
They
agree.
do. They
I
do.
agree.
And then hurt people too. So that saying, "Ooh boy, that's a real one." Some people don't, they always got to get you, and they don't
Yeah.
even realize getting you is not just getting you. You're getting the people that's in their world too when you're trying
Yeah.
to hurt one person.
Yeah.
You know?
Yvette,
Yes.
we just did a whole show,
Did we? Oh my gosh. So yeah, because I need some beauty sleep at this point.
and we didn't even get into the topic.
We did a little bit. We started with it and we went around it. You can bring it back and then get up off there.
I think I'm gonna have to do another episode, but man, I want to play one clip. I
One.
got.
Go ahead, play one video so I can see. Go ahead, play one, because I don't know nothing about none of these people. Go ahead,
All
play
right,
something
so
so I can respond.
should I let me see. Should I play clip one, two, or three?
Let's do two.
You picked it.
Let's do two.
You picked it.
Uh-oh. Uh-oh. What'd I do?
I want y'all to know I'm gonna play it, but we don't have time to analyze it because we didn't did a whole show. So this will be a preview for the next show.
Okay.
All right, you picked it. You picked
Oh
it.
boy.
But I'm gonna
What
just play it.
did I do?
I'm gonna just play it. Hold on. Here it is. All right, you picked, believe it or not, perfect. This is how I know God is in control. All right, we're talking about tonight industry truth tellers, and why wasn't anybody listening? And so the question is, why wasn't anybody listening to Albie Shore for so many years when he talked about Kim Porter's untimely demise, when he talked about strange things that was going on with Diddy, and then we talked about Jaguar Wright, who has been for years telling information about stuff she's seen in the industry involving Diddy, Jay Z, and others. And I know she sang on a few of Jay Z's songs. This is a clip from Pierce Morgan, and Jaguar Wright on the right is talking to Pierce Morgan about why she is a whistleblower, why she feels certain things, and is it going to get worse before it gets better when it comes to this Diddy case and some other celebrities. So I'm going to let it play because these are Jaguar's words, but this is Pierce Morgan. And I just want to make a point here. You don't get on Pierce Morgan unless you've been making some noise.
Right.
All right. That's like getting on CNN. If you making noise, they're like, oh, this person has something to say. So the fact that she used to work with Jay-Z, the fact that she's been to different parties in the industry, she has an inside opinion. So let's hear her opinion on certain things. Let's look at it. All right, here we go.
How many victims?
There was none for her.
How many victims potentially do you think there could be?
Thousands. I've talked to hundreds that I deal with still myself. I have 3 victims right now who are willing to give testimony about not only what Mr. Carter has done to them, but his wife as well. They're a nasty little couple. They do nasty things.
What do you think happened with Kim?
Keeping people against their will. Putting people on planes while they're unconscious, just like Aaliyah got on that plane. Unconscious. There's a lot of things that people don't want to talk about, Pierce.
Listen, like I said, Jay-Z and Beyonce are not here, unfortunately, to respond to that.
I know. I'm just being honest with you.
You're perfectly entitled to your views, obviously. Kim Porter,
yes.
A new book claims that Diddy may have been involved in her early death. What do you think of that?
I think people should really look into that more. I am friends with Albie Shore. I love him. I love his children. I knew Kim. We used to all hang out together at the Kit Kat Club back in the mid-90s when Diddy was first starting his reign. I watched that whole thing happen. And everything that Albert has been through, every attempt on his life that has been ignored by the authorities, it all leads back to Diddy. And everyone knows it. The wiretapping of the phones, putting air tag on children during visits. These are normal practices that these people do.
All right, so I wanted to pause it there. That was the end of the clip. Now, why is this important? This is important because we're talking about industry truth tellers, right? People who have been saying things. Yo, man, Albie Shore has been saying things for years. I do have clips of things that he's he's been quoted to say. Jaguar has been saying things for years. And I'm gonna tell you the truth. We got 5 minutes, so we're just gonna close it out here. So what the people just saw, Yvette, is a preview for what we're gonna talk about on the next show. Because it's ongoing and it's important. People need to realize that Yvette and I as fans can talk about celebrities as fans. But once we get behind the veil and we're a producer, a writer, a cameraman, an editor, a grip, concessions. Once we're behind the veil, now we are not just the casual onlooker. We're someone that's behind the veil and we see stuff happening. If I go to a Diddy party and I see celebrities partying, and I don't see no criminal activity, but I might see celebrities really partying. You might see liquor, you might see weed, you might see something else, like something white, right?
Okay.
It ain't my job to come home as a camera person and say, guess what? Last night at Diddy's party, I saw people taking drugs, right? That's not my job. Now, however, if a crime happens and I see it, then I'm obligated, right, to report it if I'm moral. Now, some people will see stuff and look the other way. What's been happening is people like Jaguar, people like Albie Shore, people like Roseanne Barr, people um, have been saying things over the years about music industry, the entertainment industry, and they've been saying, "Yo, it's not good out here. You know, it's
Right.
not good out here." And they've been speaking up so much, and now that charges have been filed, we're realizing that maybe they were telling the truth. Maybe, excuse me, maybe there is truth in what they were saying, and it wasn't just conjecture. Maybe some of the things they're privy to. You can imagine if me and Yvette are on the edges and we see stuff. Imagine if you all the way in there,
Yeah.
kind of stuff you could see. So, Yvette, that's a preview. Anything you want to say to the audience before we go? We're going to cover that on the next episode. But anything you want to say about the video you just saw?
She looked like she was just in tears, just trying to say that, because I think what she wants people to understand is all these people that these bad things were done to will never be the same again. That's something that needs to be spoke about. You can't live a regular life after certain things is done to you. You can try. You can put on a facade when you walk outside, which is what the ones that were doing it to people did too. They put on a facade. But the ones that it was done to, it's living and replaying in their head over and over. So when we say people are crazy and this and other, it's because we're making them that way. Like the people that are just so evil that they
Yeah,
just evil people, they are creating more evil, sadistic, crazy people out here by the things that they've done to them. And it depends on how
yeah,
long it was done and how early it was done. And you're doing it
yep,
to a child. What do you think that child's going to do? I say hurt people, hurt people. So it's
yeah,
a learned behavior. They go out there and they do it to someone else. It's a learned behavior. It was
yeah,
taught to them. It was done to them.
yeah.
So
Hey, Yvette, we got to roll out. We
love
got
on,
2 minutes.
yeah, just love on people. People need hugs out here. They
Yeah.
need hugs.
Love on people, pray for him, man. So we're gonna keep covering the Diddy case because it's current news, it's relevant, and it's a lot that's going on out here in the world. So we're gonna cover it, keep everybody posted. Yvette, thank you so much for joining. We did an entire show and we ain't even get into the topic.
I know. One more thing. Everyone pray for the people who just went through this hurricane that just ran through here.
Yeah,
So yeah,
Helene.
it's bad, man. North Carolina, northern Florida. Yes, it's bad. Pray for them.
All right. We praying for Hurricane Helene. Hey, thank you, Yvette. I appreciate you, man. I'll see you on the next show. All right.
All right.
All
Good
right, thank
catching
you.
up. Good night.
Yep. Everybody, man, thanks for joining After Dark, man. We'll see y'all on the next episode. Make sure you follow and subscribe, man. It's Dave Life. I'll see y'all in a minute. Peace.